I know this could be a trigger warning, I guess, but this show and this music saved my life. If you're part of the internet that is on this weird train of disliking Ben Platt for nothing, basically, and hating on the movie and everything, this video is not going to be for you. Click away. I'm good. Cool. Peace. All right. We got to talk about Dear Evan Hansen. Let's just get right into it. So if you don't know this side of me, I am a big musical theater person, and I came across Dear Evan Hansen, just a little backstory. I came across Dear Evan Hansen in 2016. My good friend Sierra, who is also very into musical theater, texted me one night. I still remember the night, and she said, hey, there's this new musical coming out. There's a single out called Waving Through a Window. You should listen to it. I think you'll like it. From that day on in 2016, I think I've listened to the cast recording almost every day since 2016. Let me back up. Okay, so before I get into my personal experience with this and why I'm making this video, I'll just give you what the show is about. Obviously, no spoilers, anything, but essentially this is about a kid in high school who feels very alone, very socially anxious, and is intertwined with the social connectivity of social media, and just kind of lives in this world where he doesn't feel heard, he doesn't feel seen, he has no friends, and in a time where we're the most connected ever by social media, but then the least connected ever. It's written by Pasek and Paul, who did music for La La Land, Greatest Showman. They're incredible. The original cast with Ben Platt. If you don't know who Ben Platt is, he's, in my opinion, one of the greatest voices of our generation, especially musical theater, but not just that. He has amazing albums. But he originated the role on Broadway and did it for, I think, at least a few years, right? Long story short, it is a beautiful show, a devastating show, a fun show, beautiful music, and that's pretty much all I look for in a show. The backstory with how I connected with it, again, 2016, came across the music, started listening to it, fell in love with it immediately, and then I had a few moments where it kind of clicked. I was like, wait, where have I heard this voice before? Ben Platt is unbelievable. And I was like, oh, this is Benji from Pitch Perfect. Okay, great, got it, love it. Then I, became a huge fan of Ben. I unfortunately never did get to see Ben live on Broadway. We'll get into that in a second. But anyway, I really, really connected with it, loved it, just felt really connected with it. And then, sorry to get morbid here for a second, but, and then so huge fan of it for a few years. Then in 2019, was a really, really bad year. I had been dating someone for a long time, and that ended right around the exact same time that relationship ended. My dad passed away from cancer in June of 2019. All of that combined with, just normal life ups and downs and stuff, it was a really, really dark time for me. I say this to some people all the time, and I really do mean this, and I hope you don't, I know this could be a trigger warning, I guess, but this show and this music saved my life. It really, really did, and I won't go into all of that, but there are certain songs in this show, specifically a song called You Will Be Found, and a song called Words Fail, and a song called For Forever, that the days that I didn't want to get out of bed, the days that I didn't want to be here, the days that I thought tomorrow was not a thing that I wanted to be a part of, this show helped me get there. I would put headphones on and listen, and it would be a perfect escape for me, and so yeah, it saved my life. That's the only way to put it. So 2019, rough year, really rough year, and then 2020, pandemic happens, and we all know how that went. I was lucky enough to see it finally for the first time in Portland. The tour came to Portland. And so I saw, I think February 2020 was the first time. I saw it 3 times. I think they were there for 5 days. I saw it 3 times. And it was incredible. I actually can't find the playbill for that. I don't know what I did with it. Damn. But it would probably look something like this. So actually, boom. So I actually just saw, this was like 2 weeks ago. I just saw it in Seattle. I saw the tour with my good friend Serena. We went and saw it. Her first time. She loved it. So to back up, the reason I'm making this video is it's closing. It already closed on Broadway, and the tour is ending in about a month. Drastic. But I feel a sense of loss. I feel a sense of grief that this show is closing. And of course there's the movie, and I can listen to the music and all of that, but never seeing it live on stage again, knowing I never will, sucks. It really sucks. Yeah. I feel a sense of loss from that, and that sucks. So anyway, I saw it a couple weeks ago in Seattle. It was fantastic. The show is just so good. You're laughing, you're crying, there's intense part. I mean, it's just everything I look for. But so that's kind of why I'm making this video. I know I'm all over the place. I didn't write a script for this, but that's kind of why I'm making this video. Is, I think I'm going to title this something like "Thank You, Dear Evan Hansen" or something, because I feel so much gratitude towards this show, towards all of the actors that I saw on this, all of the crew, the writers, the touring company, just everything. Every time I got to see the show, which I think is 6 times, it was the thing I look forward to all year. It was the joy of the year for me. It was a perfect escape. It's just everything. I genuinely feel like it fed a part of my soul when I could see this show. And now it's over, and that sucks. So I wanted to make a video, if anything, for me, and just to look back, in 10 years when I'm like, man, Dear Evan Hansen, and I can look back and think, and reminisce about all the times with it. So I saw it in 2020 a few times, and then in 2021, I believe, 2021, I went to New York, and I got to see it on Broadway. And here's the thing. This is where I get into the Ben Platt thing. I did not get to see Ben Platt do this at the Music Box Theater. I'm kind of glad I didn't, actually. And Ben Platt's one of my favorite people on earth. I think if I would have saw Ben Platt, I'm not sure I would have survived. I've seen clips of him on that stage doing this role, and it's out off the charts. So yeah, I might not have survived that night. So maybe it's a good thing. But the cool thing is, the first time I saw it on Broadway, it was just like divine timing. It was the best timing that I could ever think of. One of my biggest inspirations in the entire world, as a creative, as a person, as a performer, everything, is Jordan Fisher. And I actually got to meet Jordan Fisher this last summer, which was amazing, and he was super nice. And I actually got to tell him to his face, like, hey, you're incredible and such a huge inspiration to me. So anyway, he took on the role of Evan Hansen for a while, and the first time I went to Broadway, I got to see him as Evan. So it's like the best of both worlds, right? I'm seeing my favorite show of all time with starring one of my favorite people on earth, one of my biggest inspirations. You know what I mean? Like, he had one of the best performances I've seen someone do of Evan. So this is the playbill for it, as you can see right here by my finger. Jordan Fisher. It was incredible, and so that kind of made up, not that I'm not comparing the two, but that kind of made up for me not being able to see Ben Platt. Being able to see Jordan Fisher in this role was unbelievable, and yeah, it was just unbelievable. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jared Goldsmith, who played Jared with Jordan Fisher. He's a real one. He came on my podcast. It was so cool to chop it up with him. So shout out to Jared if you see this. The best Jared on stage that I've ever seen in the show. Unbelievably talented. So anyway, I got to see Jordan Fisher in this role, and then I think that New York trip we saw it 1 or 2 more times. I think the last time I saw it on Broadway was with Zach Pizer, I believe, which was cool because that's the first Asian Evan. Really amazing. Also, I just found this is really cool. This is a Hershey's bar customized with my name on it. Shout out to one of my Instagram followers for getting me this. Basically, they did like a pop-up shop at the Hershey store in Times Square, and I posted on Instagram like, hey, you guys know I need one of these, because they're doing personalized names on them. And one of the followers on Instagram went to Times Square, got me this, and mailed it. So incredible. You know, I was just going through things to try to find, you know, memorabilia and stuff. We got a water bottle from the show, baseball. There's a bunch of other stuff. That was a funny thing when I went to the Seattle show. This one, the one that I just went to. You know, they had the merch table set up, and I was like, I have all of this. Okay. Anyway, I know this is scattered and probably impossible to watch, but I just wanted to make a video to publicly say thank you to this show. What I mean by that is to any person who's ever played a role in it, any musician, any director, any AD, any traveling company, anyone who's ever been involved. Pasek and Paul especially, I know you won't see this, but especially you guys, thank you so much for bringing this show to life and bringing it into my life, because it saved my life, and that is an understatement, and it has given me years and years of joy and connection with a piece of media that I've never connected with before. I know this won't be seen by any of them, but just thank you. Just thank you. I just wanted to put that out in the world and make this video kind of like a, you know, a scrapbook kind of thing. You know, this channel doesn't do anything crazy views wise compared to my main channel, and that's okay. I do this channel because I love making these. For me, I look back on all these videos as kind of a scrapbook, time capsule of where I was in life, and currently I am sad that this show is over. I am. It had an amazing run. Best musical, it won Tonys, I think 6 or 7 Tonys. It had an amazing run, and I had an amazing run with it. And so I just want to put out into the universe. Thank you, dear Evan Hansen. All right. Anyway, yeah, I have like a collection of playbills and stuff. I got like a book. I've seen dozens of shows. By the way, if anyone's watching this and lives in New York and you're still watching, let me know. I'm going to be in New York May 24th to May 28th. I'm seeing a bunch of shows. Seeing Jordan Fisher in Sweeney Todd. So yeah, if anyone's in New York, maybe I'll do a pop-up meetup in Times Square or something. That'd be cool. So let me know if you're in New York and would like to do that. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for letting me get this out. I know this isn't the normal video that you're used to, but again, I use this channel as a scrapbook and to get ideas and what's going on in my life. And right now, what's going on in my life is just staying busy, work, blah blah blah. But this is a big chapter of my life ending. This is a 7-year chapter. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you, dear Evan Hansen. Thank you, Pasek and Paul. Thank you, Ben Platt. Thank you to the entire cast of every cast that I've ever seen. Stephanie LaRochelle, who I saw in Portland. She has a channel. Go check her out. She's amazing. That's it. All right. I'll see you next time. Peace.